Okay, so let's do the whole kind of hypothesis testing thing. So it will look complete. Now let's just assume regression analysis, and for the main person I did this video for, obviously it's regression. I told that to you. So, but you can use anyone. You can use Pearson product moment correlation or whatever. Some of them say you don't necessarily need calculation for to get this stuff, but it depends on the distance. Some of them also say use. So this is just in case you're supposed to use, but know that you can avoid calculation and hypothesis. It might just not be all this deep calculation. Uh-huh. So we can say an put test of hypothesis. Now mostly 3, 4, or 5 hypotheses were given to you in your chapter 1, or you used your chapter 1. Some were null, some were alternate. Null means negative hypothesis with things like there is no, there is not, this cannot, all those kind of things. When you say no, not, but alternate, you don't see those things. So now let me do something. Let's say in the last 3 tables I used, this was hypothesis. Some will not use the last 3 tables, but one of my styles using the last 3 tables was hypothesis. No, this is the calculation. But before that, I would actually let me come down and I'll bring out one of the table first. Now, because this is just a illustration, I could have written the hypothesis first before I bring down the table. But let me just bring out a table right now. Now, whatever I put, the data I put in that table, like not the percentage, one like number of people. This is a quick one because I'll still do it. Is going to become what I call X in my regression analysis or Pearson product moment correlation. Why we can just form it from anything. It can be odd numbers, it can be even numbers, it can be 1 to 5, it can be 5 to 1, 0 to 4, 4 to 0, like that. So you can see we have options, we have numbers of people as usual, right? And we have respondents. And all these hypotheses, remember, when I say table, you still go back to that, so all those tables will be drawing. But what type is it? Is the research related question? It's not the personal data from all those questions. So you go back to your hypothesis, you see that it's just for questions for research, right? So you can say I'm writing there strongly agree, neutral, undecided. Let's use neutral again, which I just did. Strongly disagree and disagree, right? Disagree before strongly disagree. You can also go the other way around to strongly disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. Like I did not say he has to start from strongly agree, but if you are reverse it to the right order too. Then the number of people, let me just form it. Okay, let me use 100. 100 to make it quicker because 100 is like percentage also. So whatever numbers I put in number of people to be the same with percentage. 100 divided by 100 is 1. Anything times 1 is the same thing. So even if I do something divided by 100 times 100, it still come back to that thing because divided by and times by, those 200 have cancelled out themselves to become 1. Now let me say yes 10 there. Let me make 10. The second part 20. Oh, this is strongly agreed. Let me just put it. Normally strongly agreed is usually the highest, so 20. Let me make it like 30 or 40 or something. Let me think. What should I put? No, I want it to be like 40. So 30. Let me yes 40. So let me get, you can see it's complete 100 because 40 plus 20 plus 20 is 80, 10 plus 10, 20, that is 100. Now all those things will still be what is in our responder because it's in 100, right? Unlike the other ones that were big or smaller than 100. So put them in the percentage. That is mistake, that is not respondent, that is percentage. So we're going to put the answer we just got now in our percentage there. We got percent. I'm going to copy all those things like I taught you before. Copy, go to the number of this thing and just paste. But first, I'm changing this to percentage and I'm putting the symbol of percent there. Some people using it to tally number down, but it feel like too much stress. Some used to even add all this pie chart. Anyway, this is it. But those are usually masters, the pie chart type. Then now, all this number of people digit is our x. As mean it was different from percentage. All this number of people digit is our x. So we'll paste it here also. The last one being the total. I could have write total, but no need. Now the y, let me just use from 5 to 1, right? From up, I'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can just forge anything as y. So I'll just use 5. Now all these things have what they call decision rule. When you're writing an actual project, you know. So, but this one is not part of it. It's whatever you get as the answer. If it's also answer, it's positive hypothesis as your answer, or no, or alternative. If it's like this, if you get also set of answer, negative hypothesis or null hypothesis. Usually with minus. When you have minus, it's negative. When you have plus, it's positive. You can see now, I use 5 to 1. The total of 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 15. That's why I saw it there. That last down part is usually the total of each of them. Now the x, I mean x times y, 10 times 5, 20 times 4. 10 times 5 is 50. 20 times 4 is obviously 80. So I'll put it there. 10 times 3, you already know. We'll get to that bridge when we cross it. So yeah, no need for calculator. I'm just going to use my head for this one. That's 80. 10 times 3, I'm taking my time, so you see that is 30, right? 40 times 2 obviously will give me 80 again. 80, that's 8 and 0. Then 20 times 1 is 20 again. So the total of all this should be 260, because I'm saying 80 plus 20 plus 30 is 130. 80 plus 50 is under 130. 130 plus 130 is 260. So I'm going to just obviously make here 2, 6, and 0. Okay, I'm taking my time to do this so you see what is going on here. Unbold it. Those sides will not be bold apart from the total and the upside, so unbold it. I'm using up to score, I'm illustrating. Normally it's times New Roman, don't forget. Then you come to this aspect and look at this very well. Okay, let's say x squared, that is x times x, right? 10 times 10 is 100, 20 times 20 is obviously 400. 10 times 10 again is another 100, which already adding this thing 600. 40 times 40 is 1600, which is adding it is 2200. 20 times 20 is obviously another 400, which is 2600 if you add everything together. But this is 400 right now. So you know what square is now, right? In the x side. So you need to make it 100 plus 100, 500 plus 100, 600 plus 1, 6, 2, 2 plus 400, 2, 6. So written. Then we one both that one. Now that I've gotten this, it will be needed for our formula. But you'll be like surprised. But the regression analysis say y equals to a plus bx. Yeah, but a and b is not in all these things. A and b is usually gotten in regression formula. So it's not as short as you think. Except some people just want to use only b to solve it. Some people in projects or research use only b sometimes. Now that is the regression table, right? The other one is just a normal table, 4-point kinicum, but this solving is a regression table. I don't even necessarily need to put survey or field work or anything down here. I'll just go to the formula first. I say y equals to a plus bx, which is the regression. The regression itself is the y, a plus bx. We'll need to have a or have b. Y and the x is not an issue. We have gotten y and x up already. So we'll come make a mistake that is bx. Then we'll go to, first of all, formula for b. We need to find b and find a so we can put it to that formula. So b is equals to, that is n summation. You can use e if you don't have summation, but to me I will just go to my WhatsApp because all these symbols I've searched for them before. You can even just go to Google, search for this sign summation. When Google, you just search summation. When Google show you that thing, but I'm not going to use that method since I already have it. When Google show you summation, it will show you the sign. You just cool it for long, copy the sign, then paste it to your Microsoft Word. So when you don't have a symbol and you want to use it, sometimes you can just search it in Google on your Meta AI, in your WhatsApp or any of the AI. Give me so symbol. By the time they send to you, copy it somewhere, separate only that symbol and paste. Now me, I've already put it first. I'll just search for it. Summation, right? Summation. Oh, it's many times I've used it. Oh, nope. I want a place where I left it alone. There was a side where I actually left it alone, so that is what I'm going to go to now. You can see what happened. I'm going to copy it from here. Yes, and I'm going to go back and just paste it there. But you can use E if you don't have the summation. You don't have to stress yourself. So summation, no summation means in statistical work, right? Total. So I'm going to put the summation xy minus, this is the formula, minus summation x times summation y. Okay, for you to really clearly understand, I'll be putting brackets to show that times, even if mostly they don't put the bracket. So I'll go back and put bracket in between n and summation xy. So anyone you see separated by bracket are together. Anyone outside the bracket is separate, but together on its own. So which means, okay, before you think ESEY is the same thing, and you think NEXY are together, they are not, they are just times. So this is n times summation xy. I'm using bracket now to separate it. That bracket there is times. The EXEY means EX times EY. So I'll just put bracket. I'll delete it now and put the bracket in the EY, but you can put it in AX, whatever. So I'll put the bracket in where there's EY. Yes, brackets here. Sometimes it's hard to create those cursor. That's why I'm going up and down. It's hard because of the symbol sigma. Sometimes when you save, they'll tell you Greek alphabet blah blah not recognized. Just leave it. It will still be there when you send it. So divided by the n summation x square, right? Close bracket minus summation x. Now that's summation x on the own. They will square. So summation x, they will put square in brackets. Solution f, they'll put square in bracket. I made a mistake. N is not supposed to come in between that solution. The second n, the third n, that is that last n that just come in solution x squared. That last thing I just wrote. N is not supposed to be in front. That is a mistake. But when I'm doing the solving, you understand. N is not supposed to, that last n is not supposed to be there. So n is equals to 5. Why do we know? The numbers here 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 40, 20, and 10 is what 5. The x is not important. All those last sides, remember, they are total. The last side of the table, the upside are labeled. So apart from those two, there are five. N means how many are the number of observation five. EXY, you can see it's there. It's 260. That is why I put 260. If you check it, the total is there. Remember that summation, that E is total. Uh-huh. I might be a little bit slow and might pause a little bit in some of these aspects, but it's not as if I don't know what I'm doing. I just want you to take your time to be reflecting through them again. But be looking at it now. In this part is where you see your EX, EY. The EX you can obviously see it to be 100. The EY you are seeing there to be 15, right? 15. Then the EX square. Yes, okay, EX square will be 2600. I want to put for EX square now. EX square. I don't want to write. That's why I'm just pasting and copy. It's 2600. Then EY. Okay, I put in EY already. So what have I not put? I put N, EX. Okay, I think everything is complete. So formula for A. Let me make that B small letter because B is supposed to be small letter. Yeah, so the formula for A is equals to whatever you get as B, you put summation Y divided by N. Summation Y, you can the pause of the person I told you about. So take time to be reflecting on this. Why I am do one or two stuff. But these are regression formula flows. Now, like I said, some people usually use only the B aspects in the regression analysis. They might just use B because of blah 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 blah. So it's only B they'll just use to find whatever answer you have. They will not have it in their decision rule. And I say in decision rule, when you have minus is positive, when you have plus is negative, all those kind of things. Okay, you can see I'm back to writing. It's not my phone since I'm just doing other things to write. Okay, so n equals to that's a b, that's a equals sorry, summation y divided by n minus. Now that we'll go to our b times brackets times summation, x close it divided by n. So whatever we have in the other side, we'll see times this b we have now. So now let's start solving for it. We'll solve for b, then we'll solve for a. Then whatever I have as b, in the main formula y equals to a plus bx, whatever I have as b we'll put there, whatever I have as a we'll put there. So get ready and we'll take another pause for a while again. So you'll be using time to be looking at it and reflecting. So you'll not be rushing like be pausing video every time. You can actually have time to reflect while I do some stuff. But the thing is this is b, right? So 5 times 2600. Remember the formula say n summation xy. Summation xy is 260. I mean, then that's summation y. That's 100 times 15, right? It's there. We are solving for b now. Divided by n summation x squared, which means that remember summation x squared is 2600. If you go up, so 5 is the n. 5 times 2600. 2600. Okay, so let me correct that error. 2600, close your bracket, then minus that is summation x, then the will not be squared, so which means 100 times 100, right? 100 square, not x square, like x then square of it, so which is 100 squared. So put 100 in bracket, then square up, right? So that is what we are doing here. Okay, so yeah, take your time to glance at it. Now I'm going to have to put that bracket to cover there and make it understand that square is up. Then when we get to that stage, obviously we know we'll do 5 times 260, which, okay, let me just use calculation here. That is 1300, right? Minus 100 times 15, which is 1500, divided by 5 times 2600 will be 13500, right? Minus 100, and 100 is like 100 square, sorry, 100 times 100, which is 10,000, but the point is for you to just say regression analysis is done. It's not for me to show you, hey, we're intelligent, we're this, we're that. Some people use even only this b, but you can use both the b and the a since that is the full regression to find the y. But the point is this: some people use Pearson project moment correlation. That one seemed longer. That's why I don't want to. I remember it's 3 hypotheses. This is just for one hypothesis. When you're through, you do it again for the second hypothesis, something like this again, different numbers, different table, different solving like this again. So, sorry about this. I want to. Okay, so you can see B, I was increasing the brightness there, so but I see it's okay already. Because of 1300 minus 100 times 15, 15 divided by 5 times 2, 6 will give us 13,000. 13, 13,000. So I'm going to write with the 3 zeros and then minus 100 times 100, that's 100 squared is 10,000. We come in small b again equals to 1,300 minus 1,500 minus 200 obviously divided by 13,000 minus 10,000 is just 3,000, right? We come there, b equals to, when we do it, we'll get minus 0.07, something like that, right? Let's use our calculator to confirm that hypothesis. So, oh, and this one equal, we are trying to do the hypothesis, minus 200. Let me just put the minus in my goal, divided by 3,000. But anyone that minus will not go, minus 0.07 approximately, because you see 6, 6, so approximate that 6 to the next 6 becomes 7. Anyone that minus will not go when you are trying to divide, just divide and put the minus in the answer. So 0.07, that is correct. Then when we are through now, that is B. So now that we've gotten B, we'll switch to our A. Now I want to find A. Remember what A said there? A said that, and so we continue, so we want to just do the A once and for all. A said equals to, right, from the formula of A summation y. So now what our summation, see the formula, summation y divided by n minus b times summation x divided by n. So summation y as we know is 15, right, and the n is 5 as we know. We already wrote all those things down. Summation x as we know is what, 100, and still the y is 5 and the n is 5. Then now that we have b, so I'm showing you to just look how we're getting the 100, 16, 200, the rest. Look at the table very well again, the rest come. And we even still brought them outside. So summation y is summation y, which is 15, right? So 15 divided by 5. Oh, that was a mistake. I'll correct it very soon. But let me continue first. Minus, let's say b is 0. Minus 0.07, right? So the minus is 2 of them now. So, oh, I want to put times. I also correct that one. Divide times what is the 100, right? Okay, this one might need to go and correct that stuff to not cause mistake. We need to correct that summation y now to not cause mistake. So sorry about that. When the body is tired, it tends to react. Yes, so that's 100. Let me turn it to 15 back. I've corrected it. Divided by, right, 5. So we continue. A copy. I don't want to not be stressing myself, so please. I'll just be changing things. 15 divided by 5 we know is 3, right? So we'll put 3. Then we know 0.07, we'll leave it first. 100 divided by 5, we know that it will give us 20. So we're going to change that to 20 and times it to 0.07. So, n equals to, a equals to, sorry, not n, a equals to, now we'll change this into the actual minus, which means double minus now. Who cares? Put the bracket in between. That other upside now becomes minus 2 because the formula is minus, not times. It's ey summation y minus b times summation x divided by n, not times b. So you can see it. Look at the formula very well. It's minus, not times. So so a equals to, right. So let's do that. 0.07 times 20 that we have there. We'll see it goes 1.4 something. That is it, right? So 1.4. So which will have minus 3, just 3. Right, 3. Okay. So how do we get the minus 1.4? We have 3 minus okay. Okay, I may be wrong here because minus times minus is obviously plus, but whatever, if that was the answer, I'm rushing, that's why. You can see now I bring the main y, 1.4, which is a, plus this times x, which is the b, right? So 1.4 minus, well, why is it minus? Because plus is here, minus is in 0.07. We'll have to times plus times minus, which is minus. Though that one was still times x, so we'll now bring it for now 1.4 minus 0.07 times x. That I just have to calculate regression, and that is just for one hypothesis. You still do it for the remaining two also. So that is for regression analysis. So you can just simply just use B sha if you want to use, or use another small one. You can even use chi-square, any short one you can find. But if you check, you see that there's a project material that they not use, so you might not use their method. But that is how all these videos go anyway. So I hope you understand. Bye. Oh, and you still had small interpretation and explanation at the end to show that is the answer. Okay, now bye.